Okay.
The insinuation of intimidation.
The scheme was to kind of head off the direction that Bosna went, according to this random guy. You would spend a bit of time glancing for the obvious signs of a body or a scuffle or anything, and there's nothing present, and it is late. And you have spent all day trekking across the city, and the whole lot of you are exhausted. Now, Caden and Ronan are probably used to trekking across the city a lot more than anyone else, but it doesn't mean that your bodies don't need rest. So, unless you really want to push it, I imagine you would head back to the detective agency.
Yep.
Oakley dokley. A night's rest. What's the sleeping arrangement like in Amelia's detective agency?
Or are you guys sleeping here?
I think Ronan has his own place. So he'd probably go there. I don't think he'd want to sleep around any of the others. So he'd probably break off and go his own way.
Caden as well. Caden goes to Church of Vigil.
Okay.
You guys are welcome to stay at the tower if anybody needs to. I say, looking at the clear outsider.
Truly kind of you. I have yet to see such a hospitality outside of Northenden, so I would be much obliged. I don't snore and I won't take up too much space, I promise.
I think for Theodore, we're just gonna push together like the chairs that people sit on in
Gross.
the lounge area.
Oh, so uncomfortable on this 43-year-old man.
I don't know.
If I knew they were going to be staying over, the second floor would not have been a kitchen. It would have been like a bedroom.
Yes, I could figure that one out. It's funny though.
I just figured he was gonna sleep in the the lazy boy that's by the fireplace.
There you go. And
Yeah.
I'm going to
Old
sleep
man
in,
chair.
Yeah, the old man
In
chair
your dome.
in the dome of
Yeah.
safety.
of Safety.
Safety.
The dome
Yes,
of
Safety.
safety. Yes, absolutely. It's an uneventful night, you know. All of you do whichever you do on a night. And get up ready to continue the investigation. Is it, the magic of the tower lasts a day, right? So I imagine you basically
I have to
immediately
recast it in the
you
morning.
re-up it in the morning, and that can
Yeah.
change its arrangements to be more comfortable in the future.
Ronan, in the morning, before he heads to the agency, he's going to send a message to some people he knows that I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, Ollie. Just asking if they've heard about
That is the most vague statement.
Yeah, that's super
contacts
vague.
that we talked about, Ollie. I'll message you in
Yeah,
Discord.
please, please do.
He's gonna
I am
send a message to
completely lost for
them
once.
asking if they've heard anything about kids going missing.
Yarp. Yarp. Okay.
As an old person is ought to do, I'm definitely already awake when you come downstairs. Just like making tea.
I have to get up early
to
just
cast
so I
the
can
spell.
yeah. Just
So
to be
you're
able to
together.
still be in.
Oh, perfect. So we get up at the same time, but I'm just like, this is normal. I guess it would be for you too at this point.
Yeah, so you would just see me do the whole ritual. I cast the tower. I put alarms on all the windows. I recast the dome of safety. I
This
check
is
the
like-
door to
Literally one of those things where Theo doesn't say anything, but just sits and like slowly sips tea, and he's just like, okay.
I imagine the look of casting the spell to keep the tower up while you're in it is pretty cool. The parts kind of building themselves out of magic, but they're already there. If you were upstairs seeing the kitchen change into a more comfortable room, I imagine
That'd
it
be
would
so
look
cool.
pretty sweet. But That's the way it is.
Oh, you know what I'm imagining? The Matrix room where they could just change anything to like the gun racks slide in.
I know there's definitely a really good example of this that I can't brain right now. There's definitely something we'll find like a GIF. We're like, that's it. But you know, that's fine. The boys.
The arcane locks are in place.
Yeah, the twins arrive at the same time from different places.
Yeah, I am before I show up because I will have woken up early.
You're all early birds.
Yeah, but
Yep.
I will have gone and spoken to a priest at the church just before I go anywhere, and essentially just ask for a blessing for the day. Like, not, you know, it's very simple. Every day, do the same thing. Just ask for that.
Absolutely.
And then leave. It's there's no need for the RP for it, but just yeah.
No, it's just part of
that's
ritual.
every morning.
Okey
Hasn't helped so
dokey.
far, but you know.
In the morning conversation, I'm gonna ask Amelia. I don't suppose you happen to have a diamond laying around by any chance?
That is actually a good question. I don't have any diamonds right now. I don't think I have any powder either.
The only reason I ask is because should we find ourselves in a spot of trouble and anybody's soul seems to evacuate their body, with the use of a diamond I could perhaps rip it back in from the plane beyond.
What would the cost be?
I think it's 700 gold. Yeah,
Revivify 700.
I think it
I
is.
thought it was 300.
It's
Maybe
300.
it is only 3.
Let's not price gouge diamond dust in
It
this
is
most trying
it-
times.
It is 3. It is 3.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought so.
No,
What?
but
Somewhere
I'm
that one of Josiah's players is like, what?
What do you mean it's 300? I've been paying over double.
Inflation's a bitch.
Welcome to Canada, motherfuckers.
We use Canadian GP here.
Oh
I do
no.
not have a diamond worth that amount here.
I suspected that would be the case.
However, if you do get your hands on another 100 gold, I'd be willing to donate my portion of this quest to such a thing.
I only say this because it is likely that at some point in the future I will have to get a handle on one of those boys' souls, and without a diamond they can be awful slippery, so
No,
it's
a
not
great
the
idea.
most important thing, but at some point in the future we may want to invest in a bit of insurance, as it were.
I agree.
The boys arrive, same time.
Speaking of boys,
Ronan?
Shall we?
You seem awfully chipper this morning.
Unique way of looking at it.
Where's your head?
There's something we're missing.
There's always something we're missing, brother.
Something more so. There's usually more
ground to stand on.
more leads, more hints that I find. There's just something. I don't know.
Maybe he
Just
just
something.
wandered off.
Let's hope that's it.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't remember. If we knock on this door, are we going to explode? I don't really remember how that works.
He
Oh,
grabs his.
No. It's all right. I've got it. And Caden just goes and knocks on the door as hard as he can.
And please roll for me a dex save.
He does cover his head after knocking on the door.
There are very specific conditions around the explosive runes. Just after I'm knocking. But I will open the door. And I will put my hand against the safety mechanism, just in case. And when I see it's you guys, I open it all the way.
Hello.
Hello.
You can just open the door. You're within the parameters of the spell.
It
I'm
works.
not going
like
to remember that.
There's the arcane lock I can allow people to cross without need, and anybody who doesn't have the spell
think
on
I'll
them
ever-
will be able to access it. So you can just
But
walk in, and I'll know it's one of you guys.
I don't think I'll ever understand how all of this works.
Caden just shakes his head. Good to know. I probably won't remember, but I'll try.
Simply easier than giving you all the password, because then the password can get out and then other people can get in, and it's just a whole process.
There's a password?
Yes.
All right.
In case you want to have somebody else come in.
Rona just walks past. Just
in?
like done with this.
I've never heard you utter a password before. Well, all right.
No one else has ever been let in.
Caden just follows in. So
Now,
what's our plan for today?
You did get a letter this morning from the College of Abjuration saying that meetings have been arranged with the heads of admission of the College of Conjuration and of Necromancy. At your earliest convenience, read today.
Well, do we do them one at a time or split up?
Oh, certainly one at a time.
Without question.
Okay then.
Also, something to just bring up. Do we all notice that the sister didn't know that he was in contact with the colleges, right?
Wait, what? Sorry?
The sister.
The sister didn't know. You're right.
I'll be honest with
Just
you, I
something
didn't
to-
notice that. No.
That
She's
is
never-
a
to bring up.
good
She
point.
never mentioned it. Also, something that bothered me is our knight in shining armor outside of the church did, in fact, mention the boy said they had money problems. She just gave us 400 gold as a down payment to find her brother with her mother's inheritance. It's possible she was just hoping to save it and the boy didn't know they had so much gold, but that doesn't exactly constitute poverty where I'm from.
Are you all suggesting that the sister did it? I don't know
No.
what it is, but
I don't think so, but I do think she was in the dark about a lot of things, and I don't entirely know why.
We're just stating facts.
I just want to
Alright.
make sure we're on the same page with it.
I'll leave the thinking to you.
It's just unusual that she thought he was home all day when he was off, spending time in, the Mage's Diamond.
Well, she did know he was off spending time at the church, maybe just not the nature of the church visits.
Probably
Well, that's
told
a
her
lie.
he was going to the church sometimes when he wasn't.
We've all been there, am I right? No? In any case, shall we head to the College of Conjuration?
Indeed.
I think necromancy might be our safer bet.
Start there then.
College of Conjuration
Okay.
is closer. You are pretty central, which is very convenient.
I'll just put like
Yeah, but I want to wrap this up.
Just a foot
session.
forward.
Yeah.
What?
just be like, my tired bones cannot handle another walk around this entire city in one day.
Conjuration it is.
You're too kind.
The exercise will do you good.
Son, I've had enough exercise in my life for 3 lifetimes, and look at me.
What do you mean by that?
Who's to say? Let's take a walk.
he got too touched by the Fae there. That's why he's becoming one of them. You'll head back to the Mage's Diamond, go in through the College of Conjuration, above, actually sort of inside their main meeting plaza, which is far grander than the other one.
Of course.
Ridiculously grand. It's one of those things where you can tell the artistry of like whatever they've got displayed on the floor clearly means something very magical and very important that you don't understand. Is that kind of pretentious artwork. There is also artwork inside this main entry hall that of gargoyles building things. With they're kind of like on sort of there's like a ring of them above like the doorways and things like that. When you enter, you speak to someone at the desk and like, oh, you must be Amelia and party, all that sort of thing. And you are, it's briefer than it would be. There's still, you need to sign and they need to sign and all of that sort of thing in a meeting book. And then you are ushered to a little meeting space. A meeting space that's actually very near the entrance main hall. You probably would assume, Amelia, this is not this person's office. This is just a place that is almost like an office that is used by multiple people whenever needed for this kind of thing. For mostly interviews for students, right? It's almost egregiously spacious for what is essentially a one-on-one meeting room. There is a large desk. There's some magical supplies. There are more chairs. Sometimes there is like another student looking in and trying to assist or something like that. And the individual you're meeting with is a aggressively chipper, vast-cursed woman. Red skin, red dress, red hat, flat and brimmed, horns poke through. Big, uncomfortable smile. Well, you must be Amelia. And party? On the behalf of the College of Conjuration, I do extend the warmest greetings that we can extend, and I hope that I can be any assistance in your... What is it you were working on? An investigation?
Yes, thank you so much for your hospitality.
Well, you are most welcome. If you would be interested in tea, liquor, or a sweet bun, we do have all of these here.
Caden kind of looks at Ronan and then looks at the sweet buns.
There's like a sting.
And looks back at Ronan and then looks back at the sweet buns.
Just
I'm also going to take
Caden goes and takes 2 sweet buns and gives one to Ronan.
She noticeably, doesn't touch any of the substances.
Mm-hmm.
Just smiling.
That is mighty kind of you. But to be completely honest, this will hopefully be a rather short meeting.
I am certain it will be.
Excellent. Then our goals have aligned. I'm simply hoping you can conjure up some answers to a few simple questions.
Quite clever what you've done there. I may have to take that little quip for myself.
Oh, I'm sure. Now, the boy. What's his name? I actually forget.
Bosnolines.
yeah.
That's
Why do I remember
that's
that
right.
and you don't?
Because I'm 45, son, and you forget things as you get old and your mind starts to turn into whatever it is that lurks at the bottom of most ponds. In any case, the boy. Right. Where was I? The boy. Did you happen to see him? We knew he was applying to get into your college.
You're looking for a particular applicant. That's what this meeting is about, yes?
Yes.
I'm hoping to see his application if possible.
Well, I regret to inform you that simply would be quite impossible. You see, the College of Conjuration gets hundreds of applications a day, and hundreds of application interviews that are happening around us right now. You see, so many people want to be part of the College of Conjuration and secure not only a grand future for themselves, but be part of the future of Bastillion and be part of boldening their community. We get so many people coming through, I'm not sure if I could differentiate one boy from the lot of them. And it is thoroughly against protocol to allow someone outside, even if you are on the behest of one of the other colleges, although you are working for a private organization, which puts even more curious flags on this situation. It would be impossible for you to actually look into our application record storage. I'm sorry if that's an inconvenience to you in your investigation, but do let me know if there is any other way that I could assist you.
Speak a lot. That was a lot of words. Not a lot of them
Could you
having any meaning.
confirm if he did apply?
You can give me a persuasion roll.
Once this is done, I would also like to roll insight.
Hey,
I will admit that the name does ring a bell. If you are saying, they are a boy, a child, as it were, quite often the case is when you have a youth, they simply do not have anything in the way of experience. It is a lot of resources invested into someone becoming a master conjurist. If this was a boy of 13 years of age, then they most likely did not have the experience to actually be immediately brought into the applicant's program and onto the next stage of testing.
Immediately. Is there another program that these children might attend? In the meantime.
We sometimes encourage apprenticeships with mages throughout the city. We have quite a network of a great number of people that we work with. Occasionally they are graduates, but most of the time specialists, I suppose would be the term. Much like yourself right now.
you recognized the name of the boy, yet you were speaking in theory and in generalizations.
Well, I most likely did not actually see this boy, but the name strikes out. You see, nearly every Vast Curse who applies does not have two names. They have one name, and you can tell, however, if ever they have taken themselves into the next stage of life, whether they've chosen a virtue or going by the name that their parents unfortunately gave them. This was clearly, well, someone else. So, struck me, I suppose.
Can I roll an insight? Just see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the
Yep.
percentage of shit that she is for. I'm gonna go.
It's above 0.
Okay, that's a horrible roll. 9.
Theodore is blinded by the comfort of the place, but Ronan, yeah, she probably knows what she's talking about. It's not theoretical. This happened. She probably did give this person, probably did give Bosner a, hey, if you can work here, maybe we'll see you again. You can see it happening right before your eyes. You just need to know the specifics.
So wait, sorry, say that again. So I figured out that like all of this theory she's speaking is more like
true,
this is
yeah.
what actually happened.
And
yeah.
she probably even knows, it sounds like she basically gave a suggestion to one specific apprenticeship. I'm trying to think of what would be the best term for that,
Yeah.
but...
Just to...
See, you're talking in generalizations, again, but I know that you know more than you're letting on.
I
need
am a
specific.
very intelligent individual. Such is the necessity when you are a graduate of the College of Conjuration.
I think it would greatly benefit you to be more transparent with us. Because right now, just to describe to you what happened from an outsider's perspective, this young boy, beloved by his sister and church, came to the College of Conjuration, had their interview, and then immediately after, that same day, disappeared.
It doesn't look
delicious,
good.
by the way. I just want to note that while we're all talking.
They are very good, thank you.
Yeah.
You can give me a persuasion roll or intimidation. I don't
Can
doubt you
I do
have
the
a difference.
intimidation to help? Like,
I
because
need
mine
to
was
roll
definitely
into
intimidation.
Yeah.
I will allow you
can
to
one of us
use for Tesh to roll intimidation for you. Essentially, it'll be better, I assume.
roll? Could I assist him, granting him advantage? Because we're doing it together.
I'll allow it in this situation. I'm trying to do
Yeah.
that less because it is Garbo. But this you totally are playing this person both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You see a drop of sweat slide down her face. The smile doesn't crack.
You look uncomfortable.
Well, maybe I can assist you by going over the numbers of apprenticeships that we recommend.
Oh, I think you can probably figure out which ones are needed for us to check out.
There are a great number that we recommend to each individual based on what we believe would be their strengths.
Who should we check
one
out?
thing. Oh my goodness, you have been going on and on and on. I am so bored. I'm so bored. These sweet buns are delicious, but please just tell us what we need to know so I can leave and go walk outside again. I'm so done. Please.
You see her whole expression crack. There's a high elf researcher, scientist by the name of she like looks through the papers on the table, like it opens a desk, looks through the papers. Of Ale Utherim. I can. Is the address of the laboratory? We pushed him in that direction. Of course, you understand from a legal perspective, anything that would have happened to the boy would be completely disconnected from the College of Conjuration. And any assumptions or accusations otherwise would be, well, that would be mightily unfortunate and would have to have legal continuation of his own from our behalf, from our lawyers.
I don't know what you're saying anymore. I'm just going to go to this address now. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
It's also, the sweet buns genuinely are absolutely delicious, and I do really appreciate them. I just want, I cannot iterate that enough.
Please take some for your trip home.
Thank you. Absolutely. Do you mind if I and I open up my bag and I just start sliding them into the bag? Yeah. Is that all right? Oh, all right.
Gross.
Excellent.
Ronan's going to make sure he's the last one that leaves. As he leaves, just crunch, puts it on the chair, and leaves.
Power play. This is actually a great place to leave it off for tonight, because my brain is running out of chemical energy.
That's fair.
Sorry for my outburst.
It was fantastic. I love it.
You apologize to her.
No, that's all right.
She'll be fine.
Are you enjoying your trips through the colleges?
I
is so bored.
Yeah.
Aiden is so bored.
I love how much like Ronan is trying to be like discreet and careful about it, and then constantly Aiden's just blah. Oh fuck!
This is our role, brother. This is what we made.
Oh, it's fantastic! I love it.
This is
We
what you all
definitely-
signed up for.
We have a great little party. And like we said, the time's flown by.
It has. It feels like it's at most in like ending of the second hour. Like
Yeah. So, well, you did get distracted by an orgy, but it happens to all of us.
What are you gonna do?
Sometimes orgies aren't plot important, okay? Sometimes an orgy is just an orgy.
Look,
Just
anytime
an orgy.
there's an opportunity for some eyes wide shut fantasy bullshit, like
Why don't we talk about ourselves? Now, the order's different. As the main character who's got the name on the top of the show, we actually start now with Erin. You're the main character. You're on top.
But I'm such a good side character.
I know. It's a change of pace.
Hi, my name is Erin. We're playing this game every Sunday, so I'm looking forward to it. I got nothing else going on right now. Working from home.
Yeah.
Kind of boring.
You're on the Discord a lot.
I am on the Discord a lot.
You want to
now.
hear what's going on? Join Discord.
Yep. So, but definitely check these guys out. Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, whatever.
The
And
whatever
see you guys next
part
week.
was referring to Dungeon Dad down there.
I mean, if I can constitute everything except two things, then that's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I guess. That's the
Always
positive
look
way
on
to
the
look about it.
bright
Yeah.
side of life.
Yeah, well, you got to when you're the only human in a bunch of in an elvish party.
They're half elves.
You almost sang that, and it was.
Yeah, what up? That's me. I have a YouTube channel, Dungeon Dad YouTube. Look it up. You're an adult. It's quarantine time, so that means I'm gonna be uploading a fucking lot of videos because I got nothing else to do. That's the pitch. I'm gonna do a video about coconuts this week.
I'm very excited for the coconut conspiracy video.
Yeah, it is a conspiracy TV.
I know! Coconut conspiracy. There you go. Giving you a title. Wham bam.
Coconut conspiracy as understood by man with no knowledge of coconuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I'm making a bunch of music, which I'm probably gonna upload at some point too. Some
of which
you probably heard today.
You made 2 of the tracks in this show. Actually 2 songs I used at the intro. Which are both Amelia's and Theo's theme.
The other 2 are coming. Just brain juice low.
That's why I had to stop the show. I had the alert in my brain as the Ollie dashboard and the brain juice low alert showed up.
Yeah, you don't want to ignore that for too long.
Yeah, you gotta take it into the shop.
Yeah, it's like driving on E. You just don't want to do that because eventually
I am way too anxious to ever do that.
See, I have the anxiety, but also the procrastination.
Yeah,
exactly.
no, you 2 are terrible. I've seen like screenshots of your phone, Aaron, where it's on like 3%, and you're like not worried. And you're like not worried about it, and I'm like, what? I charge my phone when it's on 50.
Oh no, I don't think my phone's been like above 50 since I've gotten this one.
Mine's on 100 right now. It's plugged in
right now.
My favorite is when your phone is at like 6% and you're like, dare I start a game of Hearthstone? You're like, do I tempt God? You can finish this? And you're like, yeah. I'll see what I can do. Anyways.
Fine.
Next up is Tesh. Yes.
Hi, I'm Tesh of the Tesh Tube. You can find me under that name on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You should follow me on YouTube because I got Resident Evil 6 jankiness coming. Which is a lot of fun. Follow me on Twitter for cute animal gifs and probably a lot of tweets about the current world situation because anxiety is a thing. And follow me on Twitch because once I've figured out this anxiety thing, I can get a decent sleep schedule again. I'm going to be streaming probably a lot of Monster Hunter, Warframe, Borderlands 3 has an expansion coming out soon. Probably going to stream that. So yeah, come watch.
And last, a surprisingly quiet boy.
Yes.
Is William.
Weird.
From
right?
being a face for like 2 campaigns in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even Bruitt had.
He did a lot of talking.
So I mean, even
Rakath
like
was a
3.
face. Baruit was like a face.
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean. Like Rakath was, yeah, very much so. But then also Jack from the Star Wars.
Jack was literally a face. Yeah.
It's everything we've done. I've done a lot of talking, and in this one, I get to just chill out until I get to freak out, like I did at the end there, which is great. So
that's,
you know,
I mean that I put that on a shirt.
Yeah, chill out till you freak out. But anyways, yeah, it's actually I like it. I'm enjoying this different pace, and there's a lot of different things going on in my life right now. The main thing is, hey, we're making a board game, Josiah and Ollie.
True.
What's that all about? Honestly, that's really cool.
Pieces on a board and they do things.
Yeah. Well, anyways, one of the best things that you can do right now is go check out this video that I just put the link to in chat again, and I'll actually throw up our website there as well.
See, you're smarter than me. I didn't think about that.
So what I will say about that is we are prepping to launch a Kickstarter. If you didn't hear this at the start of the show, Ollie gave a pretty good rundown. But we're making a game that is based in Jarviskjir. So if you like the world, this is a great opportunity for you to, get a little bit more of it. There's going to be, little lore drops within the game, which are actually done sometimes from. This is a little bit of a spoiler, but I'm really happy with it, so I'm gonna say it.
We can start teasing.
We can start spoiling. We can start. Yeah. A lot of the lore bits are actually written from Baruit's perspective. which
That's
is a
true. Yeah.
really fun,
That's
cool
so
little
cool.
thing.
We had the amazing situation. We had a character that chronicled the world. So
Yeah.
And
Why
then in
not,
about
right?
3 years, when the updates suddenly stop, and then a new character replaces.
Yeah, it'll be real weird. No idea why that'll happen. Hey, who knows what plane of existence he's on now, keeping an eye on the world of Jarviskjir? Who knows?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, you do. But I don't yet, and I don't want to know yet. We can talk about that when the time comes. But very cool thing coming up. We're launching the Kickstarter at the beginning of April. And that is pretty much the news for me. I am on shows sometimes, places. Check out Twitter for me for that, which is at Will and Graham. You'll also get updates for Schism there as well, because I'll be retweeting everything that's coming out of Arcanist. But Ollie, why don't you tell me what happened to Burrowit so that I can rest?
No.
No, all right. Fine. It was worth a shot.
Character revelations are only given on drunken evenings.
Yeah.
As is the case. I will go to my grave with the deep lore. But yes, we've started a company. I'm the creative director of that company, so there's actually less art coming from me on my Twitter right now, but I am in charge of all of the lore and art for this board game we've got coming up. Lots of cool characters and concepts and places and things. So there's a lot of work on that right now. So I am streaming and posting less. I aim to continue with streaming Paper Mario at the moment, and that should be on YouTube as well when I get around to it. Give you some quarantine content. We also, hopefully, will have the Wednesday show back up and running. A lot of us have stuff going on in that show, so with all the chaos going on, we haven't been able to manage it. This is a lot of sensible people. I'm not going to say the other show is less sensible people, but, like, just, you know, compare crews. And you could make your own assessment about that. But yes, we're going to be I'm planning on streaming more more this week. So, Twitter, Discord. Also, I'm just doing a lot of shit posting from Animal Crossing right now on Twitter. So, please encourage me. I'm enjoying it a lot.
Did I hear that a ghost gave you a goatee?
The ghost gave me a goatee. There's a ghost.
That is a hilarious thing.
And I spooked the ghost, and then I helped the ghost, so it wasn't trapped in an eternal plane of torment. And it was like, here, take this goatee.
That's very chill of you to do that.
Will was there!
I was. Yeah.
Was he the ghost?
He was stealing my pears!
Was it Baruit's ghost?
The answer might surprise you.
At the notion that Baruit is in hell right now.
Oh, he's definitely in hell. Why would you assume anything else?
You know, I don't think he is, because I feel like he's too annoying.
They get rid of him.
Yeah, like, I feel like he probably went to hell, and he was just, whoever's running the show down there was like, fuck, man, this is too much.
That's actually a good segue into there is another show on Mondays, but you only get it if you support my Patreon. Patreon content is pretty much the only art content I'm actually producing right now, which is a lot of sketches sometimes for stuff I'm working for Schism, sometimes for personal stuff, always Jarviskjir stuff, or something in the Oliverse at least. But for $5 or more, there's actually another show that deals a lot with Northenden. It's come up a lot in this game. If you want to actually see a campaigns set around Northenden, there's a lot on there. There's a ton of content. If you've suddenly found yourself doing a lot of time, or doing time, with a lot of time on your hands, working from home, you can listen to this show. But it actually is dealing with some religions, and this might even be a spoiler, but this may be the one campaign where we actually deal with the hells of Jarviskjir and what they are like, because that has never really come up. So, I'll let you go back to doing time. We'll leave you now. Super excited for this game. Time's flown by. Should see you next week. But of course, everything's up in the air right now, so please check Twitter, check Discord. Twitter's actually the best place for timing updates. And we'll see you next time. Say goodbye.
Bye,
Don't be
everybody.
rude.
Bye.
I was waiting.
These people, they give you the hard old time.
I very much appreciate you joining the show. Thank you.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Thank you so much for playing my game.